Alright boys and girls, I hope you're having a lovely day. Okay, today boys, I've done a little bit of game hunting in Devon. For those who don't know, I obviously live in Devon, okay? I moved here about a year and a half ago, like approximately. And honestly guys, I haven't really done that many game hunts since I've been in Devon, okay? I love it here, I absolutely adore it, but I haven't really done like a ton of game hunting. A lot of games I end up buying are like online, so I do a lot of eBay orders and CX orders. Obviously I go to CX quite often as well, you know, but I wouldn't really class that as game hunting. The reason I don't game hunt too often in Devon is there's not honestly that many game shops here. I've noticed like from watching other YouTubers and stuff, there's a lot of game shops up north in England, like there's just tons of game shops up there. Down this way, it's pretty unfrequent, like there's honestly not that many like local game shops. And there's obviously plenty of CEXs here, we've got tons of those, but other than that, there's not too many. However guys, there is a lovely little town here in Devon called Tiverton, and I absolutely love this town, it's amazing. And in this town, there's two retro game shops, so I do like to go to Tiverton occasionally because of those two retro game shops. Plus, again, it's just an absolutely lovely town. So yeah, I went to Tiverton today, guys, and whilst I was there, I strapped my GoPro up so I could get some footage for you guys, and I was able to get a little bit of footage of the different retro game shops in Tiverton, okay? So I'm going to show you guys a little bit of that, and yeah, then we'll cut over to my pickups. Okay, guys, so we start off the day going through the pannier market. Now, normally the pannier market in Tiverton is absolutely dead. I don't know if I've just come on bad days, but normally there's nobody here, there's no stalls to look at, there's just no point being here. But for once, there was actually quite a few people, which is nice. There was quite a few stalls open, and again, it was just pretty lively. Now, normally, guys, I would only ever come to the pannier market just to go to GAMEZHUT. It's kind of like a shop slash stall, I don't know how to describe it, but they basically just got loads of retro games, but unfortunately, they're not here today, so I was thinking, oh no, I was starting to think they maybe closed down, like they're just not here. Instead, in its place, there's like a merchandise stall, and there's just loads of different merchandise, you know, mugs and pictures and that sort of thing. It's just, you know, a mishmash of different stuff. There's a part of me kind of thought that maybe they'd gotten rid of all their games and were just selling merchandise now. Like, I was a little bit upset, you know? It's a little bit like how Game is at the minute, you know? If you walk into a game shop, like the shop Game, that's pretty much all merchandise. I kind of figured they'd sort of done the same thing. I mean, some of this merchandise is pretty cool, but yeah, it's not what I'm here for. I'm here for retro gaming, boys, alright? I want to find some of them retro games. I was a little bit gutted to see that it wasn't here. However, guys, stick around because you will find out exactly what happens at GAMEZHUT. It's good news, don't worry. Okay, guys, so I find another stall here in the pannier market that I've never actually seen before. Maybe it's new, I'm not too sure, but any other time I've been to Tiverton, I've never seen this stall, and they basically got loads of like Funko Pops and like comic books. Now, I absolutely love comic books, guys, alright? I do love a good comic book if I can find them, but a lot of times they're like really expensive. You know, like if you walk into Waterstones or whatever, you just gotta pay an arm and a leg. You gotta pay like 20, 30 quid for a book. It just seems like a lot. Every now and again, you might find one at a car boot sale or a charity shop or that sort of thing, but that doesn't happen too often. But this place here was perfect, okay, because everything was pretty much a $5 for every single comic book, and they had some really good ones. I managed to pick up quite a few, so I'll show you guys that in the pickups, but yeah, I was really happy with the stuff I found here. It was a really good stall. Okay, guys, so we left the pannier market and headed into the town. We were looking for GAURDIan Games, which is one of the retro game shops, and we couldn't exactly remember where it was, and lo and behold, boys, we found something else. We found GAMEZHUT. They've actually got a proper shop now. Like I said, they used to be a little market stall, but now they've got their own shop, which is amazing to see. It was good to see their business was doing well. Oftentimes I hear about retro game shops closing down, and it's always really sad news, but the fact that these guys have got their own shop and they're doing good, that's amazing, alright? That was really good to see, and it was obviously good to see GAMEZHUT, you know? It's more game shops is always better. So yeah, of course, guys, we head into the shop, okay, and they've got tons of different things. They've got lots of different stock here. A lot of stuff I find in GAMEZHUT is normally not like the most expensive stuff. Like if you're looking for holy grails, usually you're not going to find it here. You might find the odd expensive game here and there, but a lot of the stuff you'll find is on the cheaper end, which is fine for me, you know? I'm not looking to spend £1 million when I'm going out and game hunting, you know? I just want to find the PS2 games, the PS3 games, you know, the cheaper stuff. If I'm looking for the more expensive titles, you know, I'll probably pick it up on eBay or go to like the retro gaming markets and that sort of thing. But yeah, when I'm looking for like PS2, PS3, it's perfect to come to a shop like this. And they've also got a lot of Funko Pops as well. I love Funko Pops, but I feel like I've got most of the ones I want, so I wasn't really looking for any unless they were like really good, you know, and I had to take them home. I didn't find any I wanted, sadly. I noticed they had quite a few PS Vita games here, guys, so I had a quick look to see if they had anything I needed. There was a couple of games that sort of caught my interest, but I decided not to get them. You know, PS Vita is always really expensive. I love collecting for it, but it is super expensive, and there was nothing that was, you know, that I felt like I needed. I did notice they had quite a few Switch games as well, so I was having a look through there, and there was nothing really that I wanted. The main, like, Switch game I really wanted to find was No More Heroes 3, and I didn't see it, unfortunately. But yeah, there was some decent titles here, but just nothing I was really in the market for. Next up, I go over to the PS2 section. I'm always looking to add PS2 to my collection. They got a decent little PS2 collection. A lot of it I do own already, but there was a decent amount here. I did pick up a couple of PS2 games, not too many, but a couple, so, you know, stick around for the pickups for that. But yeah, like I said, guys, if you're in the market for sort of PS2, PS3, this shop is perfect. They got tons of it, and it's all really well priced. That's one of my favorite things about the Games Hut. Their pricing is absolutely fantastic. You're not going to get ripped off here. Like, everything seems like a good deal. Underneath the PS2, there's a fair amount of PS1 here, and there's a little bit of PSP. I'm not sure if I want any more PSP games. I feel like I've got, like, pretty much all the PSP games I really want. There's maybe a couple, but they definitely weren't here. There's a lot of these were, like, sort of filler titles, like FIFAs and stuff, which I wasn't really looking for, so I wasn't going to find the stuff that I want for the PSP. The PS1, on the other hand, there was lots of good PS1, so, again, I did pick up a couple of PS1 games. Now, one thing I will say about Games Hut, guys, is, like, the condition of a lot of the stuff. You are going to get, like, a lot of good deals here, but a lot of the games are a little bit rough around the edges. Like, if you're picking up PS1, a lot of the times the cases are super damaged and stuff, which is kind of unfortunate, but you get what you pay for here. And I guess that's the problem with PS1 games, is the cases just smash so easily. Same with the Dreamcast, like, the cases are just always in absolute states. It's quite rare to find a good condition PS1 games these days. And it's not to say that all the games here are, like, absolutely terrible condition, but there are quite a few with broken cases and stuff, so just one thing to bear in mind. But once again, you get what you pay for, you know. A lot of these games are so well priced that you could just get replacement cases and you'll still save yourself some money. I do apologize, by the way, with the footage if you guys see any of my hair. My hair is just constantly in the way of my GoPro, which is kind of annoying. I didn't even realize it, so if you guys are seeing loads of strands of hair, I do apologize. But as you can see, my brother picked out a couple of pop vinyls that he thought I might be interested in, but like I said to you guys, it's really specific pop vinyls I want to get, so I wasn't going to pick these up because I'm just limited with space at the minute. I've got so many pop vinyls in my house, it's just about finding the right space for them. So yeah, I didn't want to pick up just anything. It'd have to be a really, really amazing pop vinyl for me to grab it. Over here, boys, we've got a nice little PS4 collection. I'll be honest, there's not too many PS4 games I want for my collection. Like, I've got pretty much everything I wanted, but there was one specific game I was looking for. Unfortunately, they didn't have it, which I was really upset about. That game was Mirror's Edge Catalyst. I really, really want to get that game. I used to have it, but I traded it a long time ago. I recently played Mirror's Edge 1 again and absolutely loved it, so I wanted to get the sequel, and unfortunately I couldn't find it. But nonetheless, there's still a decent little PS4 collection here, so I thought I'd have a quick look, you know, see if there's anything else. There was this weird looking game here. I didn't know what it was, but I've never seen that one before. And I suppose that's the thing with, like, game collecting, is you think you've done, like, you think you've got everything you want for a certain system, and then all of a sudden you discover something you've never heard of, and you're like, okay, I've got to get that. I didn't pick this one up because it was quite expensive, but yeah, it was nice to see something I've never heard of. Underneath the PS4, guys, you probably can't fucking see half of it because, again, my hair is in the way of the camera. I do apologize. Next time I film with a GoPro, I'm tying my hair up. But yeah, there was tons of PS3 here, guys, absolutely loads of it, and that was by far the most of, like, what I picked up today was just loads of PS3 games. I genuinely thought I'd got most of the PS3 games I wanted, but then you just, like, remember games that you wanted, and you're like, you just start picking them up, and they're so cheap at the minute, PS3. Everyone's collecting for Xbox 360 super hard, but PS3 is almost untouched. Like, they're still so cheap, PS3 games. Obviously, there are a few games that are expensive, but a lot of that library is super cheap, and it's really good. Like, there's so many good games in that generation. And the final section I wanted to check out in this shop, guys, was the Nintendo DS section. Not too many games I wanted, but there were a couple, so, you know, I did end up picking up one DS game, which I'll show you guys later. Okay, guys, so we finished up with Games Hut, and we go looking for Guardian Games. Now, I'll be honest, I don't love Guardian Games as much as Games Hut, mainly because of the pricing. Like, Guardian Games is not as well priced as Games Hut. Games Hut's, like, stuff is just so cheap. Guardian Games is sort of more on market value, you know? It's not badly priced, but, well, most of it's not badly priced. Some of it is, I will be honest. There is a few, like, poorly priced games, and I do actually end up slipping up in this video. There's one game I picked up, a bit of a blind buy, and I completely fucked up. Like, it was just so badly priced, but that doesn't mean I don't pick up a few good gems in this shop, okay? I do get some nice pickups from Guardian Games. Once again, a lot of the stuff I did pick up in here was actually from the PS3. Most of my pickups today were PS3. I just found so much. I did also pick up quite a few PS1 games in here, which is good. So yeah, they had a decent selection, to be fair. As you guys can see here, I'm checking out the Nintendo Wii section. There's one game in particular I was looking for. It's not the most exciting pickup, but it was something I needed for my main channel, so I was looking through the Wii games to see if I could find it. I also wanted to check out the Mega Drive collection, guys. I've recently bought a Mega Drive, and I really want to get some games for it. They didn't have a ton of games for the Mega Drive, I'll be honest. There really wasn't too much there. But yeah, I just wanted to pick up, like, maybe 1 or 2 games of the Mega Drive today, because I've literally had the Mega Drive for, I don't know, a couple months now, and I've only got one game for it. I've literally been playing Streets of Rage on my Mega Drive over and over and over again, so I wanted to find something new for it. Just above that was the PS1 section, okay, and I do manage to find quite a few PS1 games, which I'm happy with. Condition-wise, I'll be honest, some of these are a bit battered. It's similar similar to GAMEZHUT. You know, the condition is not absolutely pristine, but, you know, you get what you pay for, really. And they did have a decent little selection of PS1 to look through, okay, so I was quite happy about that. And for whatever reason, PS1 is just so hard to find these days. I never see it anywhere. If I go to a car boot sale, I don't see PS1 games. If I go to, you know, charity shops, I don't find them. Even CEX only has a fair amount of, like, PS1. They don't actually have, like, a full library of PS1 games to look through. When you go into a CEX, you're going to see Tomb Raider, you're going to see GTA, you're going to see Rayman, you know, you're going to see the common stuff. But then there's always those unusual titles that you want to find and you never will in CEX, which is kind of unfortunate. So yeah, it was nice to see a good little selection of PS1, okay, so I was picking through it and trying to find as many games as I could that I wanted for the collection. So yeah, that about does it for Tiverton, guys. We pretty much came here just to look for retro games. We found lots of games, of course, so I was really happy, but let's show you guys exactly what I picked up. So yeah, guys, you guys have obviously seen the town of Tiverton, and like I said, I think it's an absolutely amazing town. I think it's just a lovely place. I honestly wish we could have spent a little bit longer there. We were sort of in a little bit of a rush. We weren't able to spend too long there, but we were able to spend a good few hours in the game shop, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, me and my brother, we found some pretty amazing games and stuff, so I figured let's show you my pickups. So yeah, at the beginning of the footage, guys, I showed you guys the Pannier Market, okay, and there's some really good stalls there, and one of them had some like lots of like comic books and stuff. I know this isn't gaming related, but I'll figure I'll show you just in case you're interested. I managed to pick up 4 and they were all a $5 each, so it was 4 for $20, which I thought was a pretty good deal. So the first one I picked up, guys, was Judge Dredd The Apocalypse. I'm a massive Judge Dredd fan, if you don't already know, guys. I absolutely adore Judge Dredd. I've never read this one, so I'm looking forward to it. It's a little bit dinky around the edges, you know, it's obviously been read a few times by somebody else, but that's all good, boys, okay? The pages are all good, so I'm definitely gonna be reading this one soon, because I absolutely love Judge Dredd. Next up, guys, I got this Wolverine comic, okay, which is Wolverine Origin. I don't know anything about this one, but I just figured, you know, I love Wolverine as a character. I don't have nearly enough graphic novels or comics for Wolverine, so I figured I'd pick this one up for a $5. Next up, guys, I got V for Vendetta. I've seen the movie for this, but I've never actually read the graphic novel. The movie was really good. I really enjoyed it, so I figure the graphic novel is possibly better, to be honest. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Again, for a $5, that's a pretty good deal. And the final one I picked up, guys, was Batman Hush Part 2. I've read Part 1 a long time ago, but I've never read Part 2, so yeah, I don't know how this story ends, and honestly, I'll probably have to read Hush Part 1 again, because I've completely forgotten what it was about, but yeah, I remember really enjoying it, so hopefully Part 2 is good. Okay, boys and girls, let's get into the gaming pickups, okay, because that's what we're all here for, okay? So I'll start off with the stuff that I got from GAMEZHUT. So starting off then, boys, with the PS2, we have got Batman Rise of Sin Tzu. I paid £7 for this one. This is a £12 game at CEX, so again, that's what I'm saying, like, you just get some really good bargains at GAMEZHUT. This one is complete with the manual, so it's in pretty nice condition, so pretty happy with that one. A lot of these games I did buy today are in kind of rough condition, okay? The condition of these games is not the best, but again, I did get a lot of these games fairly cheap, so I can't really complain too much, okay? But yeah, the next game I got here, boys, is Ultimate Spider-Man. This is a £7 game as well, which again, this game is a lot more expensive than CEX. It's like £15, I think. In terms of the condition here, boys, it does have a little bit of a hole in the case. I don't know if you guys can see that, if it's going to focus. Not really focusing. It's not damage to the actual game itself, it's just the case, which I could swap out if I wanted. Plus the game didn't come with the manual, which I'm guessing is why it's a little bit cheaper, but for £7, that's a really good deal, honestly, because again, this is a £15 game at CEX, and I'm honestly not that bothered about manuals. I like them, but you know, if I can save myself some money, I'm cool with that. Okay, boys, next up we have got Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles. Honestly, I got no idea if this game is good or not. I know nothing about it. I paid £7 for this one, which I think is a good price, but honestly, I'm not too sure. The case is a bit cracked here, as you can see, so this one is not in the best condition. It is complete though, the manual is here, which is good. The disc I think is fine. Yeah, the disc is fine, that should play, so pretty happy with that. But again, guys, I've got no idea if this one is good or not, but I'm just currently collecting Star Wars games in a minute, so anything Star Wars I don't have in my collection, I'll pretty much buy, especially if it's cheap. Okay, boys, next up we have got Soul Blade for the PS1. This is one I've wanted really badly. I was going to pick this one up last year at the retro gaming market in London. I nearly bought it, and I can't remember why I didn't. I only saw it once, and I think there was something wrong with it, but I honestly can't remember what it was now. I picked this one up for a £5, which is a great price. However, there is a good reason for it, okay? The case is broken, like completely broken. Also, for some reason, I don't even know how this is possible, but the front panel is like black label, and then the manual is platinum, and then the disc is platinum. So I don't know how that happened. Like, how does like half of it platinum, half of it not platinum? I've got no idea. But again, for £5, I can't really complain. It's a pretty good price for this game, so I'm not too mad about it. I definitely will get a better case for that though, because yeah, that's completely fucking broken. Okay guys, next up we have got Mini Ninjas for the PS3. This is one that I know nothing about. I don't know if this is a good game or a bad game. It's one I've never played before, so I'm honestly interested to see if this one is good. This one, to be fair, is in actually really nice condition. There's no problems with this one, okay? The disc is fine, the manual's there, so all is good with the condition, and for £2, which is what I paid, I'm pretty happy with that one, so hopefully it's good. Okay boys, next up we have got Lost Planet 3 for the PS3. I paid £4.50 for this one, which is pretty good because this is like an £8 game at CEX. I was really happy with that. I recently played Lost Planet 1, I think it was last year, so I'm working my way through the Lost Planet games. I still need to play Lost Planet 2, so I'm definitely looking forward to this one. In terms of the condition here, boys, unfortunately we haven't got a manual, and also the case is like a Blu-ray case, it's not like a PlayStation case. I did buy a case replacement from Guardian Games, which I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, for £4.50, guys, it's a lot cheaper than CEX, so honestly, I'm not complaining too much. This one was really cheap, guys, okay? I'm really happy with this one, okay? And that's Homefront. Now, I played this game a really long time ago, and I remember really loving it. I think I traded it in, though. But yeah, I paid 50p for this one, guys, which is an absolute bargain. It's in nice condition, it's complete with the manual, so for 50p, I'm definitely happy to have that one back in the collection. Next up, we got another PS3 game here, guys. I did pick up quite a bit of PS3. There was just tons of it for some reason. But yeah, that is Conflict, was that Denied Ops? Yeah, Denied Ops. I played this one back in the day, like a long time ago. I'm pretty sure I finished it, and I think I liked it, but honestly, I don't really, like, remember. If I remember correctly, it's just one of those typical sort of, like, military first-person shooters. There's a million of these games, you know, on the 360 and PS3, so you kind of know what to expect. Yeah, I remember liking it, boys, and for £1.50, I'll take it, you know. It's not the best game in the world, but it is pretty good. Alright, guys, this one was a bit of a blind buy, honestly. I didn't even know this game really existed, okay, and that is going to be Assassin's Creed 2. But for the DS, I didn't know this was a thing. To be honest, I did not know this was a thing. But yeah, guys, I'm a massive fan of like the OG Assassin's Creed games. Not so much nowadays. I don't really play Assassin's Creed nowadays. But the old school ones like Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, Black Flag, like all of those ones were just mwah. Okay, I loved them. I'm obviously not expecting the DS version to be exactly the same. I'm expecting it to be very different. But for £6, I thought I'd give it a go because I'm just curious. You know, I want to see how different this is. And the final game I picked up from GAMEZHUT, guys, is an absolute classic, okay, and that is going to be Sonic the Hedgehog for the Mega Drive. Now, for those that don't know, I recently picked up a Mega Drive about, I think it was a month ago now, probably, roughly. I grew up with a Mega Drive, like me and my older brother used to play it all the time, like we just absolutely loved it, and I've only got one game for it at the minute. The only game I've got is Streets of Rage, and I've played that game a couple of times, okay, so obviously I wanted to add some more Mega Drive to my collection, and what better game to add to the collection than Sonic the Hedgehog, okay? It's a classic, okay, it's iconic, and I picked this one up for £4, which is an absolute bargain. Unfortunately, no manual with this one, but honestly, guys, I don't think I'm going to be collecting Mega Drive with manual. Reason being, guys, is that the price difference for games without manual, especially at CEX, is absolutely staggering. Like, for example, one game I want to add to my collection is Batman for the Mega Drive, okay? Now, with the manual, that game is £50. Without the manual, it's £30. It's nearly double the price for a booklet, you know? Like, that's just too much. And as much as I love to have manuals with my games, you know, especially like nowadays with the modern games, I kind of miss manuals, but for that price difference, I'm sorry, I'm not paying that much more. With this one, I probably could have got the game with the manual. I'm pretty sure you can get this game cheap as hell with the manual, but again, I'm just not that bothered, honestly. Okay, boys, the rest of the games I picked up were from Guardian Games, okay, so let's go through them, okay, and we'll start off with a couple of boring ones, okay. These ones aren't particularly exciting. And the first one is for the Nintendo Wii, and that is FIFA 10. You're probably wondering why the hell I would want this. Basically, I'm going to need this one for my FIFA channel, okay. If you guys follow my main channel, then you'll know that I'm playing like a lot of retro FIFAs on my main channel, so yeah, that's why I picked that one up, is purely for the main channel. This next game is somehow even more boring than FIFA 10, and that is going to be Sports Champions for the PS3. Like I said before, guys, I needed a case replacement for my Lost Planet 3 because it comes in like a Blu-ray case. This was 10p, so you know, it's just a nice little case replacement for my Lost Planet. Next up though, guys, we've got something a bit more exciting, okay, and that's going to be Bionic Commando for the PS3. This was just £2, and this is one that I remember playing lying if I'm pretty sure I played it back in the day. I don't know how far I got with it, but I'm pretty sure I liked it. I don't think this has got like the best reviews, but I honestly thought it was pretty underrated, so I honestly can't remember though, and for £2 I'm willing to find out. Alright boys, next up we've got a PS1 game, okay, and that is going to be Gunfighter, The Legend of Jesse James. This was £6. I don't know if that's a good price for this or not, to be honest with you, because I might be mistaken, but I don't think CEX sells this one. It was complete with the manual, which is good. It's in decent condition. It's a little bit dirty, you know, just needs a bit of a clean up, but you know, all things considered, it's in pretty good condition. This next one though, guys, is in absolutely horrendous condition, okay? I think most people would just leave this one behind, but I honestly really wanted it for the collection. This is a game that I've been wanting for ages, and that is Crisis Beat. This is a game that CEX don't sell for some reason, which is really freaking annoying, so it's one that I'd have to pick up on eBay. In terms of the condition here, guys, like I said, it's not good, okay? Like the bottom corner there is completely smashed off, and the back is not much better, okay? There's like almost like a bullet hole, and it's actually torn some of the paper, so most people would probably have left this one behind. I think it doesn't come with a manual either, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it doesn't come with a manual, so this is a bad one, okay? This is not the best pickup, like, in terms of condition, but at the end of the day, guys, for £5, it's one that I really desperately wanted in the collection. It's a game that I really want to play. The disc is fine, the disc should play, so that's all good. And once I get a new case for this game, which I definitely will do, it'll look fine, you know? It still will have a little bit of a hole in the paperwork. I still won't have the manual, but yeah, it'll be fine, you know? I'm not like a mint collector, if you can't already tell. I'm not that bothered about most things. If the game's got like fucking dog turd on it and then they've decided to set it on fire, then alright, I'm probably not going to add it to the collection, but you know, if it's a little bit tatty, I can live with it. Okay boys, next up we got another PS3 game. I'm sure you guys are getting bored of hearing about PS3, but I've still got a couple more to show you, okay, and that is going to be Dark Sector. This was £1.50. This is one that I'm pretty sure I used to have, and I don't think I played it very much. I think I played it for about 10-15 minutes, so I don't remember anything about it, but for £1.50, I definitely want to try this one again and give it a chance. This one is actually in pretty good condition, okay? The manual's there, the disc is there, and it's all pretty neat and tidy, so that's all good there. Okay guys, this next one is a Mega Drive game, okay? Like I said, I'm trying to get some Mega Drive games in the collection. I bought this one completely blindly, like they didn't have that many Mega Drive games in either of the shops, so I kind of just had like slim pickings, and I saw this game and I thought, I'm just gonna buy it, you know? I'm not gonna do any research on it, I'm not gonna look at how much it's worth, I'm just gonna pick it up, and I honestly do kind of regret it a little bit, okay? And that is gonna be Chuck Rock. Now, I don't regret buying the game, guys. The game itself looks pretty good, I think. It looks like a platformer, it looks like it will be good fun. I've never heard of it, so it might be terrible, I've got no idea. And the reason I regret it though, boys, is the price, okay? I paid £15 for this game, and it doesn't come with a manual, and I looked at CEX when I got home and, you know, to check the price and see how much it was at CEX. Yeah, I overpaid really bad on this one. So if I was to buy this game with the manual, it would have been £15, but without the manual, this game is only £6. Right, that's what I'm talking about with the price difference with manual and no manual. It's just craziness, you know? I just don't get, like, why anyone would pay an extra, what, £9 for a manual. Like, it's over double the price of the game itself. But yeah, I definitely regret buying this one, guys, because if I knew this game was only £6 at CEX without the manual, I obviously would have just got it from CEX. But yeah, you live and learn, I suppose. Okay, boys, next up we've got another PS3 game, okay? This is one that I've never ever played before, so I'm really looking forward to it, and that is Damnation. I know nothing about this game, honestly, guys. This is a complete blind buy. I remember seeing this one back in the day, and for whatever reason I didn't buy it, even though it looks really cool. Like, you got a cowboy on the front, you know, it looks like my type of game, so I don't know why I didn't pick this one up back in the day, because I used to play everything PS3. Condition wise, it's in good condition, the manual's there, the disc is there, you know, that's a nice one, that's a good one. Just needs a little bit of a clean up, but that should be pretty easy. So yeah, looking forward to that one. I've got no idea if it's good, but hopefully it is. And the final PS3 game I picked up, guys, was Aliens Colonial Marines. Now, this game I have played before, and it's not good. Alright, this is a really bad game. With that said though, guys, I'm currently working on like an Alien video, so I'm trying to buy every sort of Alien game I can get my hands on. Condition wise, this one's pretty good, okay? The manual's there, so that's all good. So yeah, that was my final PS3 pickup. And the final game I picked up, on the whole trip, is Ridge Racer Type 4 for the PS1. Now, this is a game, guys, that I've wanted for ages, and I've got a little bit of a story with this one, okay? I saw this game in CEX last year, okay? And this was at a time before they were doing the whole manual, no manual stuff. So basically, no matter if the game had the manual or not, all the PS1 games were the same price. And I saw this game in CEX for just £6, and I decided not to buy it for some stupid reason. It was practically in mint condition, but the reason I didn't buy it was because I specifically wanted to buy it at the retro gaming market in London, and I don't know why. Like, I saw it for just £6. I don't know why I didn't just think, no, just buy it, Majel. Like, I don't know what was going wrong with my brain. I just, for some reason, I really wanted to get it at the London gaming market. I don't know why. Anyway, somehow, some way, guys, I didn't find the game at the retro gaming market. I looked everywhere for it, and this is a common game, and I just didn't find it anywhere. And lo and behold, guys, like a few weeks later, CX introduces the manual, no manual stuff, okay? And this game obviously had the manual in stock, where, you know, my local CEX, and the price difference was now £15 with the manual. So it was £6, and now it's £15. Alright, and obviously I was really pissed off about that. So anyway, I've wanted this game for ages, guys, but I just wasn't prepared to pay like the £15 that it cost. It has come down in price since. I think it's like £10 now, which is a lot more reasonable, but still, you know, I saw it for £6, so it still bugged me. However, this game was £4, alright? That's more like it for me. That's what I'm happy to pay. Yeah, unfortunately, this game doesn't come with the manual. It's just the disc, but for £4, I'm not complaining. I'm just happy that I finally got it in the collection. Okay, boys, so that is all the games that I picked up, okay? As you can see, it's quite a lot of games, alright? I did pick up quite a bit. I don't know how many games it is, but I mean, it's got to be close to 20, I think. There's quite a few here. You guys are probably sick to death of hearing me talk about games, okay? So I'm going to let you guys go. If you guys did enjoy this video, let me know in the comments. I'm more than happy to do more of these, okay? If I go game hunting again, I'm more than happy to vlog it and talk about the pickups and stuff. As well, guys, let me know in the comments if you think the games I picked up were any good or not. Maybe you guys think I picked up some rubbish, so do let me know. But yeah, guys, if you're new here, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one, alright? Peace.